Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
This one, Stephen, has completely and utterly topped anything that I've seen in boxing in form of what he's talking about. He's literally come out now, Stephen, saying all this kind of stuff that I ain't even going to repeat it. I'll just play the audio. But yeah, just to give you an idea, he's saying things like, you know, he was held down and forced to watch children get, you know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, he's saying all kind of things, talking about bohemian. I might even say some bohemian. Basically, it's a whole kebab meat and chips party. Now, I know man are going to be like, nah, that boy's talking truth. That boy's talking truth. It could be talking truth, but it's mad that he's doing this basically on the build-up to a major fight. Like, so what? These things were going on in the past. You never spoke on these things. But all of a sudden now, it's mad, Stephen, because you know what it is? That anybody can kind of come out and say anything. You know, like if you just come out on some Alex Jones kind of, yo, this happened, you know, like talking like that. People will always be like, yo, that boy's spitting truth, man. Like, yo, they are going to do this or they are going to do that. Now, I'm not saying that these conglomerates, these cults or whatever do not exist. I'm not saying that these things don't go on, but once you start setting yourself and watching certain videos on YouTube, and when you're watching on YouTube, you got the little row of videos next to the video. You go down a rabbit hole, man. And it looks like my man's gone down a rabbit hole, to be honest with you, Stephen, because my man's talking bare things.
But Mark, before we even get into the audio and stuff, you know with this kind of stuff, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record now. I'm gonna bring up the Cat Williams situation, only because that's still doing rounds online, and I mean, like, people talking about it. Yeah. Because like if you jump on Vlad right now, he's still talking about it, bro. From what, 2 months ago now, almost 3 months ago. Yeah. Like the news cycle's moved on, but you have to remember, you know, people / the world, it's all very, and I say this all the time, I say this a lot to you off air. You could say, oh, the sky is orange because I saw it in a dream. And then people would take that and say, Mark said the sky is orange. But they'd leave out the crucial part. You said that you saw that in a dream. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, people pick and choose to fit their narrative. So those people who run that conspiracy, who wear the tinfoil hat, who say that they can communicate with ET through the radio, they're going to latch onto what Garcia is saying and saying, he's talking facts. Well, like you said, children have been being abused. People are getting forced to do this and that and that. But like we always say with everything, Mark, and we see this a lot with the state of the UK right now without getting too far into things. People only care about things when it affects them or it's on their doorstep. Prior to that, no one cares. And anyone who wants to try and tell me otherwise, more than likely you're lying. There are some super good innocent souls out there who can have true sympathy and compassion for others without having to go through the same thing. But a lot of us can't. Like, it's for clout, it's for the internet, it's to make you feel better, it's to make you look better to other people. Like, people should just live in their truths, man. I can't say he's lying, I can't say he's telling the truth. You're always gonna have this kind of screwball talk going on. From what you've told me about him, he had the fight with Tank. What'd you say, he got 30 million?
Yeah, allegedly he got 30 million for that fight.
Allegedly, he's been running through that. You were saying, what, $5 million bets, this and that.
Big boy, 2 million, 5 million, gambling, all kind of things around ready.
But to be honest, I kind of thought something was going on with him anyway. Not even because of that, because I'm not going to act like I knew about that before you told me. But even with the whole, I heard, and this is how you know it was kind of went around, because, you know, I don't really do this celebrity thing unless we're talking about something for the show. They were going on about it. His wife, ex-wife, estranged wife, whatever. She must have. They were obviously she was pregnant. They were pregnant. Whatever. She's had the baby. I'm hearing like 24 hours after the baby was born, he slapped her with divorce papers, or she slapped her. Basically, they've announced divorce. So straight away in my head, I said, huh? Who literally has a child with someone and then files for divorce? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's done stuff. Maybe his head's not right from there. Fast forward a few months later, we're here now. He's sitting now. Well, he's talking online with Andrew Tate, saying, "Oh my God, they're gonna kill me. I don't effing care. They can't stop me. I've got evidence. Rare. Because I've listened to the audio. We'll play a piece of it in a moment. I've listened to it, and he does sound like he could be telling the truth, but he sounds extremely rational. Even just having that conversation with Tate, and it's not even in person, and he sounds extremely irrational. So maybe if you could present his argument articulately and remain cool, calm, and calculated, he would have more. He'd have more weight in his conviction, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, he wouldn't sound like no disrespect. He just escaped a mental asylum.
That's the thing, man, because you know what it is? I know man hate when I say this, you know, but people, I gotta keep it real, man. I can't pretend. Like, I was listening to what my man was saying up until he started saying, like, yo, I got pictures of aliens and that in my phone. I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Probably he's, with that kind of money on the line and certain fame on the line, maybe something's gone on behind the scenes. Something definitely could have happened to the point where it's got him shooken up differently.
Of course.
That could have. I'm not dismissing that, but you know, any of these like truth tellers, not our show truth tellers. That's a different kind of truth tellers. Episode 3 soon come.
Gang.
But I'm saying, you know, all these like Kanye's or Ryan Garcia's. There's a couple man on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think that's a lane where I try not to get into no debate with them, man, that are into that. Now, I'm not saying that stuff don't go on, but the trick is, why is so much man worried about it? I'm talking about these like elites in Hollywood and all of it. That so much man are way more invested into that stuff than things that actually concern them. Like, again, there's bare things that go on all over this world. Things probably even darker than that. But it's things that I'm not going to tap into and play with my mental. You know, like a lot of men that just go down the rabbit hole on YouTube, and then I've seen, man, real talk, I've seen like your everyday, and this is no disrespect, because right now, one of the most honest things you can do is hold down a 9 to 5. But I've seen men that are like mopping floors and that, and they're like, yo, they're trying to get me. And I'm like, yo, who's trying to get you? Like, yo, them people and that. I feel like
fam, I agree with that man who's mopping the floor. You know who's trying to get him, fam? The people from Mr. Muscle, fam.
But a man will be talking about like